Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, we're learning more about a West Fargo 13-year-old who was hit by a car.
A whistleblower claims bed bugs have taken over her apartment complex.
Plus some tips on how to save money at the grocery store. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening, everyone. New tonight at 6, a 13-year-old West Fargo boy has a long road to recovery after being hit by a car while riding his bicycle.
Taryn Klein remains at Sanford Hospital tonight in critical but stable condition after police say he was hit by a young driver near 33rd Avenue and 8th Street East just before 4:30 Sunday evening.
Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Bailey Hurley spoke to Klein's father, who says the family is taking it day by day. It's a story you'll only see here on Valley News Live.
Saturday, September 25th marked Taryn Klein's 13th birthday, spending the day with his grandma and grandpa in Itasca before a family get-together.
We made a bunch of burgers on the grill and sat around and talked and celebrated and opened gifts.
But just one day later, tragedy struck just blocks away from the Klein home as Taryn was hit by a car while riding his bike back from the grocery store.
There was actually a lot of medical experience that was at the grocery store, luckily, that was there to help him until the ambulance got there. And our family's really thankful for that.
Taryn suffered a broken femur, fractured skull and jaw, as well as road rash and chest trauma. He remains sedated tonight as his brain continues to heal, but his dad says there's already been encouraging signs.
He's a tough kid. Yeah, he's fighting. You know, we talk to him a lot, reading books to him, and just letting him know we're there with him.
Klein says he wants to thank the community for the outpouring support both by Taryn's hockey family and total strangers, and asks for continued prayers and well wishes in the coming days as his generous and tenacious son continues the fight for his life.
Taking it 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time.
Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Authorities are investigating the crash, but early reports state the 21-year-old driver didn't see the teen as he biked across the road. He has not been charged.
Now, a GoFundMe page for Klein and his family has already raised more than $20,000. We have a link to that page on our VNL News app. Just click on this story.
Happening right now, the Fargo School Board is meeting with the main topic of discussion being masks in schools. The issue was brought up 2 weeks ago, but action was delayed by board members as they say COVID cases have continued to rise. We'll bring you the outcome from the meeting tonight on Valley News Live at 9 and 10. Less than an hour left for voters in Grand Forks to decide on a school referendum. It's the second time this year the mill levy has been brought before voters. At stake is a 10 mil increase in the building fund. District leaders say the tax impact per month would be a little less than $4 per $100,000 of assessed property value.
Our run of really fine fall weather continued today. Maybe a little breezy, but that's all right. Let's find out what's ahead for those of you wanting to venture outdoors this evening. Hutch?
Mike, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Record high heat today across portions of the valley as we enjoy fall-like scenes. We had summer-like temperatures, and in fact, temperatures once again hit 90s for many to triple digits in North Dakota. This is the Hazen area at 4:30 this afternoon. Triple-digit heat there, and here in the valley we had some record-breaking heat in Grand Forks, reaching 90 degrees in town and 92 out at the airport. It was a sizzler there as well. Taking a look at your current readings right now, 88 Fargo, 88 Sisseton, 81 Detroit Lakes, Bemidji at 80 degrees. Now the wind has been trucking out of the south with gusts over 30 miles per hour and out to the west over 40 miles per hour. It will remain breezy this evening. We're in the 70s all evening long, even after sunset. The wind 15 to 20 miles per hour here in the FM area as we're going to be very mild for this time of the year, even through the overnight hours. Wednesday, changes coming. I'll have hour-by-hour details on some rain, some thunder, and cooler weather in your planning forecast here in just a few moments.
All right, we'll look forward to the details. Thanks, Hutch.
A Valley City woman says her apartment is infested with bed bugs. She says the problem has gone on for several weeks and the bugs are showing no sign of leaving. She also tells us she's lived at Rudolph Square for 6 years and she isn't the only resident having the problem. Despite her claims, the property manager says her apartment has been cleared of bed bugs by an exterminator. 2 other units at Rudolph Square are still being treated. If you need help with a concern in your community, call our whistleblower hotline 701-237-6576 and leave your tip, or fill out the whistleblower form on our website.
Moorhead residents could be looking at the largest property tax increase in 7 years. The issue surfaced as city leaders rolled out a preliminary budget for next year. The 5.5% hike, if approved, translates into a $72 increase in property taxes for the owner of a $300,000 home. Residents can express their opinions to the City Council during meetings slated in October and November. A final budget plan is expected for approval on December 13th.
A Minnesota superintendent is at the center of a DWI investigation after law enforcement say they found him nearly 3 times the legal limit on school grounds. Michael Gadboy is the superintendent of Tri-County Schools in Carlstead. Court documents say a Kitson County Sheriff deputy found him in a school minivan. He's charged with second-degree DWI, open bottle, and possession of alcohol on school grounds. The deputy says he gave him a credit card instead of his ID and couldn't keep his balance during the sobriety test. A review of his driving record shows 2 prior DWIs in 2015 and 2017. Fargo police are still trying to figure out who shot the bullet that killed a man more than a year ago. On August 28, 2020, police were called to the neighborhood by Dollar Tree north of Olive Garden for reports of a shooting. Santino Marial was taken to a hospital where he later died. No one has been charged in the shooting, and police are now asking for your help. If you know any information on this case, you can call 701-241-1405. Text a tip to 847-411 with the keyword Fargo PD, or submit your tip online under this story at valleynewslive.com.
Thousands of trees are piled up along a highway in Isabella, Minnesota. They were put there by contractors to create a shaded fuel break, slowing the spread of the Greenwood fire. With all this timber, there's now a plan to make sure it's properly repurposed.
And we're hoping to have this wood advertised through the DNR's permitting process in the near future. So that this wood can go to the forest products manufacturers in the local area.
Removing the trees was a necessary step to stop the fire's spread, and seeing it to local contractors ensures that it won't get wasted.
We're still receiving calls from some DirecTV customers who are having a reception problem with the Channel 11 signal. DirecTV continues to tell us their equipment is not properly receiving our signal. Our signal is functioning normally, and we're working together to get the issue fixed.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, inflation is running higher than expected. We share some tips on how to save money when shopping.
And scenery up and down the valley screaming that we're in the middle of fall. A foliage report from the state of Minnesota showing the northern half reaching peak or near peak as far as colors go there. Your photos show the same. This one from Bruce near Flum. Here is a look at what we're seeing change in the forecast. Thunder and rain Wednesday late. Details